club owner as well. Law, not why. It's the law. It must not be fast because if anything, if the club keep winning, they will say that. Then if FIFA president, for instance, has a football club, he will read what they will be carrying. So, will you want to officiate against his club and that is a personal thing. That's not to do with the club.
Okay.
Last game of the day, talking about Spartan against Zenith Emperor. And looking at the table, you'll discover that the two teams, Spartan is a team that before today's game, also in contenders, believing that they have what it takes to play in the NNL, but not having to win what the game that they're supposed to win has put them in a position for them to just make sure that they finish the league well. So today we have a Spartan hosting Zenith Emperor. The game just started. They're in the early minute of the game, and then none of the team is really showing any sign of goals. So, Toby, game 5 today. Let's look at. Let's start from the first game today. You are talking about First Bank and Sapphire. Your own analysis of that game.
Yeah, talking about the first match of the day, which we all look at the decided match before the First Bank and the Rest of Fire. Actually, the match ended 1-1, which is in the favor of the both team. But I was expecting in the most team because First Bank gave it the play and they lose the more chances. While Rest of Fire say they won the one chances and they utilize it, which make the match to be 1-1. And which the match ended in 1-1, and both of them just share the points. Now we still look up to the team that will be at the top of this league, because as we see the group 2 certain 1 of Maracana, yeah, Rest of Fire still have some match ahead to play, and which First Bank 2 still have some match ahead. So I think Rest of Fire has the topper, and because he has 3 match to play, and where First Bank has 2 match to play. So in that aspect, we'll be looking at who will be the top of the Maracana Center 1, either this First Bank or Rest of Fire.
Looking at the live table now, we still have a First Bank topping the league After playing 6 games, they have a 5 win, 1 draw, uh, 19 goals scored, and 3 goals conceded, and they have a plus 16 as goals difference. Now with 16 points, and Rich Sapphire played 5 games, one outstanding, and have a 4 win, 1 draw, 21 goals scored, and 5 conceded, making them to still also have a plus 16 and having 13 points. So it means that if they win their game, their next game, they are going to come to the top, meaning that they have more goals scored. They and First Bank may have the same point, may have the same goals different. Then we go to goals scored. So and them have been able to score 21 goals. The second position now, I think it will be Collis Edwin, the third position, looking at the current table, because Crime Fighter today did not win their game. So with that, Collis Edwin playing their 5th game, having 3 win, 1 draw, and one losing 1, making them to have making them to have 10 points. And so Spartan has already played 5 games. They won 1. This is their 6 games. Won 1, drew 2, and they lost 2. As we speak, they have 5 points. Spartan has 5 points, so putting them 7th position. So, and the Zenith Emperor also 5 games. They won 1, drew none. We don't know the result of today. Lost 4, and they are having 3 points. So that is a -5. So that is what we have as we speak today. The only team that is even in this group, one thing that is amazing is that no team in this group stand without a win. No team in this group stand without a win. Even FA ballers, they have been able to win a game. So this group really look tough for me. Having the likes of First Bank, having the likes of Rich Sapphire, having the likes of Collis Edwin, having the likes of Spartan, having the likes of Valiant. It makes the group look like one of the toughest in looking at all the NLO group put together. Shola.
Well, thank you. I don't know about being the toughest, but it's been an interesting group to follow, based on the fact that the difference between the first 3 teams on the log is not so huge. We have 16, 13, and 10, and we still have 4 match days to go. That means the group is still open. If you don't take your chances, you lose a game, then everything is all those gaps will be wiped out, and you will be trailing again. So First Bank today, they were really shaken by the Rare Sapphire, and we saw a great game. It's about the most interesting match in this group so far, and definitely going by what we've seen so far, First Bank and Rare Sapphire will be the team to beat in this group. And Rare Sapphire will look at themselves and say, all we need to do is to win the rest of our matches as much as possible. Let us win with a high margin. That's a good goal. Very good goal. That's a striker's goal coming from the number 9 of Zenith Emperor. They have to. He needs to bury that. I love the true pass from the middle. Each time he's run, get at the best of position, and ensure that Dida was beaten to it. And as we speak now, Zenith Emperor are 1 goal up. And what will be the shape of that 1-0 up, going by live table that we have on our hands?
With that, if you're looking at the live table, you know that Zenith will surely jump up, and that will put a kind of pressure on Spartan with this kind of game. You know, if you look by the bookmakers, before this game. Bookmaker will give this game to Spartan. And, it's still too early for us to judge, knowing fully well that F8 ballers scored and even won the first half against Colisedrin today, and the game ended 4-1. So, like in one Yoruba, Abe Nigerian pidgin parlance, you say, no be person wey force report to police, or now they win the case. So I think that is what we're having today.
Yeah, actually, seeing this match right now where Zenith Emperor is leading by 1-0 with Spartan. And it can be a gate of deciding between them, and it can be the game to break Zenith Emperor up to the league. Because me looking at the table right now, Zenith Emperor is in the number 9th of the table, right? So this, with the current scores, Zenith Emperor will be at number 6 or number 7 of the table. If we are looking at the current results, because it's still Zenith 1 and Spartan 0. Now, looking at this now, it can be a game of comeback for Spartan at the second half, like it happened between Colin Edwis and FA Bollocks, which ended 4-1. So we haven't yet to decide yet the result of the play.
Okay, let's talk about goal scoring in this center. You want to look at Force Bank with scored a total of 19 goals so far. Racer Fire has scored a total of 21 goals so far. Crime Fighter, today they scored, and making them to have scored like 8 goals. Mevlon also scored a goal today. They did not win. 8 goals. Looking at teams that always scoring goals, Spartan, okay, Colisedrin before today's game have scored 7 goals, so plus 4, 14 goals. This center looked like a center that produced a lot of goals. What do you make of that?
Well, for me, I think we have to give kudos to the strikers and their coaches as well, because we've seen lots of chances wasted as much as number of goals scored. So for the teams to be creating those chances, it means their coaches really worked on them on how to create those chances and how to convert. So you can be taught something, but for you to be able to implement it when it matters most, you give the credit to the implementer. So the players, especially the strikers in this group, have been doing fine. One of them is Musa Akifenwa. He has 9 goals already. In a game, he scored an hat-trick. In another one, he scored 4. And in other games, in fact, the only game he didn't score is the one that is played today. So it's fantastic. There's also Deji Alo. He scored 3 goals in an hat-trick in one of the games. There's also Stephen Okpechi of First Bank. He's been getting almost 2 goals in all of the games. I don't know why the coach didn't play him today. Maybe he's having some kind of knocks or injury that he needs to be rested. So even at Edwin Collins today, Kanye scored 3 goals again in that 4-1 victory. So the strikers have been fantastic and massive. I like the way the Oluwaseun Sunday that just scored now for Zenith Emperor finished that off. Strikers go by par excellence, and Spartan are looking forward to equalize their first attempt after they considered that shock deficit. It was clearly blocked, and they've been moving all of the ball forward to tell you that in this group, once you concede goal, you don't just stay back and try to check whether there will be another chance created. All the players will go all out and see how to ensure that they make it confidence. And that's another ball on goal. Can they convert this? And it's in. Wow, that's a criminal miss if you ask me. There's nobody on him, and he has the goalkeeper to beat, but he decided to shoot the ball over the bar, and that is not the kind of strikers that win. That these centers have been seeing. We've been seeing strikers that finish clinically.
I think with that, what you just said, I will also put a blame on the organizer of this league. If we can be having a criminal miss and there's no police on ground, it means that the league organizer are not doing the right thing.
Oh, Actually, this is not going to be the issue of an organizer. It's not going to be the effort of the organizer. It should be the assignment of the coach. Because this is a clear chance where a striker should convert at the first place, and this is a the great opportunity for Spartans to come back to the 1-1 draw, and again, and as we are seeing this match now, it's going to be
So it's still Zenith Temporal leading this game, and it's 1-0. A criminal mix. So it's all about the NLO, and it's all about something new happens to NLO this season. I'm talking about the new mega lottery and the nationwide. If you are to say anything, since that announcement, has the league really experienced any kind of improvement?
uh, Mega New Year mega lottery. You just have to comment them. You have no Obus is having his chance again. He's been one of the strikers you can trust in this competition. Look at the way he's set up. Sheung there, that could have been the second goal for him, and Obus has been instrumental for Zenith Emperor with the little point they've been able to gather. He's one of the stars to watch out for in the future. Talking about mega New Year mega lottery, you can't but commend them putting almost 1 billion naira in a grassroots league, a third tier league in the country, where even the second tier, I'm not putting any shade on NNL, they are struggling to get a sponsor. But for them to see the project at the NNL, you have to give kudos to those guys that is running the league, coming from the chairman to the CEO and everybody putting in the shift. I think they should be commended for believing and hoping that their investment in the league has potential to return hugely as well. So you have to give kudos to those guys that are able to pull the strings that a company will just look at a grassroots football league and pump in as big as 1 billion naira into it. Having said that, you agree with me that the packaging, the outlook, and everything that comes since Mega Lottery came in, massive. You now have live scores of all the matches. You can follow the games as they happen real time. Despite the fact that we have over 400 teams in the league, you can as well watch live streams of matches. A lot of people have been asking about the league to tell you that it's about the most popular league in the league, competing for space in the media with the MPFL. And like what we are doing here today, 247 Sport Nigeria has been massive, giving support to the league because they believe it's a product that can actually be projected, that can as well help their own investment in football in Nigeria. To the site is dedicated to Nigeria football alone. And when we are talking about the peak of Nigerian football, the grassroots cannot be pushed to the background because that is the golden goose that lay the golden egg, where the talent comes from, and that is what the NLO has been doing with this league, because lots of talent have been coming through as we speak. So for me, the sky is the limit, and I can assure you that if this momentum is sustained, it will be competing with the best of youth leagues in the world, not only in Africa. A lot of people will be interested to come. I've seen lots of white men coming around to check what's going on here, and that is how popular the NLO is gaining ground this season. From next season, I think the coast will be bigger than this. More teams will be interested in playing because it's well organized and everybody will be ready to take it to the next level. Kudos to the CEO once again. Kudos to everybody at the top, and kudos to everyone that have been supporting the league. And talking about the strides that the league that that the league have been gaining the strike. Talking about the strike that the leagues have been making, it's recognition has to be given to it, and the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria has been able to do that. The league is nominated as the best managed and run league in Nigeria, and these are signs that shows that the future is bright for the league. So, to the likes of Mr. Shola Oguno, I would say congratulations. Keep doing the good job because we can't stop here. The ante has been raised, and we have to keep it high. That's the standard has to be keep up there, and we have to improve on it as well. So, the sponsors have really pumped in a lot of energy into this, and that energy must be sustained.
The energy must be sustained, and like one of my Oga we always says, he will say that for you to even remain where you are, you need to run faster. And when you talk about excellent is not a destination, it's a journey. So if you think that where you are today, for you to remain there, you need to still be running. And I think that we also say the game is still going on for all our audience that are following the game. Zenith Temporal leading this game by Longo. Spartan still trailing. Let's see what but in this game so far, Spartan has been asking all the questions. When Zenith scored, Zenith tried to see if they can make this their second win, and but it's too early in a game to do that. Another point of discussion, looking at coaching at this center, I had an interview with a French coach who was also here to monitor what is going on, and he said something. He said Nigeria would have been seeing a good football if Nigeria is playing Nigerian football. That he has been following the NLO, and he discovered that almost all our teams and our coaches, all our team wants to play like Man City. They want to play like Arsenal. They want to play like Chelsea, but we don't have the skill for that formation, and that is why we are not seeing the best of football in Nigeria. That it's time for Nigerian coaches to play Nigeria football.
Yeah, actually, what I will say to that is, yeah, most of our coaches here in Africa here, they want to be, they're looking up the upside down, the Europe side. Meanwhile, they are in Nigeria here. Instead of them to bring the African mentality, okay, let me play the African football. Let us gain what we want to gain here before we can look up to the top. But they are not looking that. Their aim is let our boys play like Arsenal, let our boys play like Real Madrid. I met a coach which I was saying there. He said, I want my boys to really play like the way Arsenal was playing. And I asked a question: did you have that zeal? Do you have that materials that Arsenal has before you can be able to say you want your boys to play like that? Even this so-called an academy thing, which is looking up to a football club, the difference is very clear. The difference is very clear. If we are talking about an academic team are still a team that say other learning. They are still learning. We were a football team. They are paying them and they have to deliver to the old club owner. Am I lying? They are paying them, and which they have to deliver. They have to give a good father. They have to give their best. But as an academic team, we keep on learning before we can even get to the top. As well. So.
And Shola, your son.
Well, for me, we can't hide away from the fact that the world is a global village. And when you talk about brands that play biggest football in the world, you can't look away from the EPL. You can't count more than 3 leagues without mentioning the EPL. And we have lots of Nigerians that follow Arsenal, Man City, and the rest. Even there is this overflow of fans that follow the Pep Guardiola from Spain to England, joined to those guys that are natural EPL fans. So we have loads of them following Pep Guardiola as we speak, and the team is doing well. So naturally, a coach who wants to model their game around the best coaches in the world. At the time, it was Mourinho's style of football: pack the balls, get the results you need, and that was it. And if you also look back when we talk about the fact that we are playing Nigerian football, then we have less access to all of this European influence based on the fact that television is not as big as it is today. So we also emulate our best coaches then, the Alabiesen, the Laluko, the Onigbindes, and the rest. And they also determine the style of play that fits the kind of player that we produce here. And I remember it was largely wing play. 2 wide men, two midfielders, two strikers, and the striker has to be tall and huge. And what part of the two midfielders, one that can dribble and shoot at any range, is what we can typically call the Nigerian kind of football. But for me, I think football is global, and restricting ourselves to the a particular style, saying it's Nigerian football, should not come true. The coach should look at the dynamics and the dimensions of player he has in his camp and come up with a formation that will bring out the best in them. We cannot go back to uh, the 4-2-4 days where you have Olise in the midfield trying to ensure he gets the pass up front so that Yakini can control and shoot. These days we don't have that kind of players that can, with that kind of precise pass, from defense or the DM area to attack. Football will not allow you to travel that distance with just a pass, because the game has more software that can easily dictate how you want to play, unlike those days. So for me, the dynamics will not allow us to say, let us play this kind of a particular style because Nigeria football. The dynamics should be study your opponent, develop the game the way you want to win because of the kind of players that you have. Then, when the kind of players that you have changes, you also come up with something that can allow those new ones also play and win. But that doesn't mean we should not have an identity. Nigeria have always been producing good wingers and those guys that can run. Any small boy would love to dribble, would love to shoot, and would love to know how to make crosses. That's natural. So we can develop around those areas. Let's get players that can continue to dribble. I've seen less of dribblers these days. Maybe that's where we are getting it wrong. Most English players are not good dribblers. The fact that television has exposed the Brazilians to the rest of Europe, they still kept that core of what makes them the Brazilians. They dribble, they know how to pass the ball, and they continue to dribble. Even as football has evolved over the years, Brazilians will dribble. So let us keep those core that makes us Nigerians. Natural talent is everybody that is a young boy in Nigeria would love to know how to cross the ball very well. Would love to know how to dribble and shoot. But those, I think, excessive training has been taking that away from us. Goal? And that's a good goal, an equalizer, perfect side footing coming from Spartan striker, and that's the number 29 getting behind the defender, coming through a run of play, and he was able to finish up as quickly as possible. And that is Spartan for you, restoring parity, leveling scores at 1-1. So like I said, our coach should retain the core of those things that make us Nigerian. Allow these players to express themselves. They are still young. Let them dribble. Let them retain the shooting ability, and let's have more of the crosses. Then we can now mix it with the Guardiola style and the rest of the big coaches in Europe.
Thank you very much for that. And it's now 1-1. Spartan has been able to spark, and that spark produced the result. Still, this discussion, whether you like it or not, is something that we are talking about the grassroots. We talk about Sport 247, having passion and for everything grassroots. We say that we are the Nigerian-only platform dedicated for grassroots football, sport. And we are talking about not having our own style of football, talking about Nigerian style of football, because we are producing a product for the Europe. You will discover that when was the last time Nigerian team win anything in Africa? Talking about Nigerian team winning anything in Africa. So you will discover that is this what has been discovered today, that all our coaches want to also play the kind of Chelsea football, play the Arsenal football. Is it really helping us? Because looking at Africa now, the last time Nigerians celebrate anything in Africa was back then with Enyimba, and nothing has happened again. Rivers tried this year, but was bundled out, and we are celebrating the fact that after a very long time we find ourselves in the groups stage. That is the position Nigeria find themselves celebrating, getting to the level of the group stage again. Don't you think that maybe the philosophy that we are trying to introduce is what is affecting us locally?
Actually, according to the question of my boss right now, I think as an Nigerian coaches, we need to apply the mentality of we are African, not European. Yeah, actually, I can see that maybe it's affecting us, but we are not looking at that side. We are looking at, okay, I want my people, my player, my teammates, my team to be like the one of Europe. Okay, the one of Europe, they start from somewhere before they can get to the top, before they can get to where they are right now. They start from somewhere. They were always playing their own pattern of football, and if you can see them right from their childhood, they put their child in the academic before they can become okay professional player. They have to start from the academy. So do we have also have input that in our own players? Do we check that? Do we do that? Most of them want to play in the Europe side, but they don't have that standard to play in the Europe side. Person like me, if we are talking about football, I play football. I am a goalkeeper. I can count many teams I've played, including Nigeria and South Africa. Person like me, I played. But I've seen many people, and I even approached one of my colleagues one day, bros, if you continue with this style of football, you will not move forward. You have to play your own. Don't decide that you want to be like Ozzy, you want to be like Iniesta, you want to no, bring out your own talent, bring out what is in you, then what can give you name. Up to date, people call me Alan Pasu. When I was keeping, people coming Alan Pasu. Then Alan Pasu was the Nigeria under 17 where we have seen a greater goalkeeper what we see so far in Nigeria. Now we have Nwakali. Abi, what is it? Nwakali. Now before Nwakali we have Alan Pasu. When I was keeping, people call me Alan Pasu and I asked them, why are you calling me Alan Pasu? They said, because we see the talent of a goalkeeping in you.
With what you said, I think the game is still 1-1. Spartans asking the question, and they gave the ball with the Zenith Emperor. Zenith Emperor still feels that they have a lot to put into this game. Spartan, going by history, they have played them in the NNL before now, so it's a strong team with pedigree. So the result of this game is not really representing them well. So I think we are still in the first half, and let's see what will happen. You mentioned something about names, and I want to go back to that and see the effect of names with our grassroots teams. Now, when I getting into journalism many years ago, we are the one giving names to players as a journalist, looking at what they can do. I remember calling Dan Amokachi the Boo, calling Yekini the gangling one, calling Mutiu Adepoju the headmaster. You understand? That is the kind of name we are giving to them. Calling Obafemi Martins, Obago, Agawanda. This is, we are still talking about the local thing. This is, talking about Finidi, that you call him the Finito. Talking about Ipeba, calling the Prince of Monaco because he find himself there. But now, you see a young player still playing at Spartans, still playing at NLO 1, NLO 2. I'm hearing Deco. Don't you think that kind of name is killing them? Look at the little Messi, that's even older than the Messi himself. We call a player a little Messi, and he has retired from football. And Messi, the older Messi, is still playing. You ask this player, what is your name? And he will say, my name is Neymar. When you are wearing a cap that is bigger than you, can you move?
Actually, in Nigeria football and in African mentality right now, the name of the superstar we're calling at killing us down, but we don't know. Even I remember back then when they called me Alan Paso, I make to please don't call me Alan Paso, because Alan Paso did not even get where. So me tell I tell you that please don't call me Alan Paso. I'm not Alan Paso. I'm Toby by name. I'm Toby by name. Or you can be Kevin by name. Instead of giving that Alan Paso, Alan Paso, Alan Paso, Alan Paso didn't even get to anywhere. Now, even right now, I can't say I don't know where he is right now. If he still play football or not. He's still playing.
And the one we call Toby Alapaso is not playing
He's
again.
not playing again. So the name has killed him. So in the name we give ourselves in Nigeria football is killing us, which we don't know. Even look at the match against First Bank Sapphire. I was seeing someone they was calling Nema, Nema. I was what is this special about this? But why are they calling him Nema? And which is killing them, and which they don't know. Actually, we need to bring out the old. Like I said earlier, we need to bring our own style of playing. Your own how would I say, the way you play is even very far different from the people outside there. You can see yourself very far good, very far better than people outside there, even than the Messi. Messi doesn't play in a spectacular football. Me as a fan of person, I'm not a fan of Messi, and I don't see anything spectacular about Messi where anything that even a Spartan player here cannot do. It can do more than Messi. So why are you bringing that name up to a person that know that can do that, and that name is killing that person? Once you calling someone Messi, and the name is killing the person, you even see the person will not even do anything on the field of play right now. So why are why are Nigerians, even not only Nigeria, have moved to Benin Republic, even most Togo where they are doing that, even in all of the African, we are trying to do that, bringing out some names that can kill us our career, that can bring us our career. Calling myself a Nema. You are calling yourself a Nema, but you are not playing like a Nema. So why are we doing that? We as Nigeria football, we need to stop that. We need to bring out our own talent. We need to bring out our own way of play and give ourselves our name ourselves. Bring out our name, not calling Messi, Nema, or this.
Talking about our own name, last season I covered the NLO2, and there is a particular player that everything about him is all about Osimhen. You're talking about NLO2. Osimhen is still in Europe. They're scoring week in, week out. But this player from NLO2 that has nicknamed himself Osimhen, dressed like Osimhen, have the haircut of Osimhen, today he's not even playing football again.
Well, I think Toby have said it all. There's nothing bad in aspiring to be a big name. You must be ready to put in the work. But yeah, they just want to bear those names without knowing what it takes to be able to live up to those high standard they've set for them. So for me, it's neither here nor there. And let's encourage our players to aspire as high as they want, but let us also emphasize the amount of work they need to put into place to be able to meet up with those aspirations. So we hope the next junior will be Okocha Junior or or whatever from Nigeria, because you can't stop people from naming themselves Junior Messi, Junior Ronaldo. These people have been able to build their name over the years, and everybody would like to be like them. But let us emphasize the other side that, hey, if you want to be a Messi, you have to put in the amount of work or everything it takes to be a Messi. So don't set too high standard for yourself that can increase the pressure on you to live up to the expectations. Start gradually, then people will notice. Like the names you mentioned, Headmaster. People actually notice that Mutia Adepoju can always use his head very well, and there's nobody to model his game after but is himself, and that's what adequate training will do for you. You'll be able to discover your true self, then people will give you your name. Okocha was the dribbling master because he dribbles well and it's out of hard work. Rashid Yakini is called the Ghost Father, and so forth and so on. That's the kind of hard work those players put in before they can get those nicknames. Unlike these days, people just want to attach any kind of name to themselves without knowing what it takes to live up to those very good names. That's just my own take on this one.
Okay, You know, like one pastor once said, don't aspire to become somebody like me. It's good for you to aspire. Don't converge. Don't pray and fast for kind of grace that I carry, because you don't know the pains that come with it. Uh, for instance, this pastor was talking about, if you know the kind of punishment that my wife, my children went through, because before I get to this level, will you pray for yourself to also go through that? When my wife has to pass through a lot of psychiatry treatment, my son losing them, and you are just seeing me today, and you see that. So I want to be like, so you know, a lesson for us there. And talking about numbers, and that is another free kick for Zenith Emperor, still 1-1. Talking about numbers and NLO 1, this center, do you think we are doing, what am I going to say now? Do you think we are really respecting numbers that we give to players? Giving number 10, do you just be giving numbers to players? Do you think it's really helping us? You know, there are some numbers that come with some weight. You know, when you talk about 10, look at those that have put on the. You are talking about Maradona. You are even talking JJ in Nigeria. You are talking about. You understand? Pele, Messi. You understand? So you know a lot of things, and that is the half time of the game. Zenith Emperor 1, Spartan 1.
For all things sports and multimedia, we offer a world of production services that bring sports and events to life. From audio and video commercial production to audio and visual event streaming. Need a studio for your project? Studio section rental? It's right here. We create documentaries, TV magazine productions, full multimedia experiences, and cover sports and events like no one else. Post-production, media solutions, and more. Visit our office and studio at 8 Akinwale Street off Nationwide Petrol Station, Yaya Baton Ogba, Lagos, Nigeria. Contact us today at 0809-653-0601 or 0706-049-3819. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Sports247 Niger. Check out our website at www.sports247.ng for the latest updates and content. Sports247 Niger, Nigeria's first dedicated grassroots sports platform.
Live here at the Maracana Stadium, and last game for the day, and talking about Spartan 1, Emperor 1, and I'm here with the Toby. It's all about the NLO, and what will you say about the first half of this game?
Actually, the first half of the game, it was what I always predicted, that all our matches in LLO we end first half over 1.5 go. I always predicted this game too. I think this my boss, my colleague will be an witness to it, which I will say, okay, always first half over 2.5 go over 2.5, or first half over 1.5, or first half go. I always say that. So I'm so happy this match ended as my prediction: first half go or over 1.5.
The first half go and over 1.5. Are we seeing over 2.5 in this game? First half, the way it started with Zenith Emperor scoring the first goal and Spartan coming back. Will you say that that is the way you see the game?
Well, it's a balanced game so far, and apart from the fact that Spartans is a bigger name compared to Zenith Emperor, I think they've not been able to or they've been struggling to impress their influence or the name in this group. They'll be struggling in most of their matches, so I wasn't surprised that they considered first, but they know that they need to come up with at least a win this time. It's been long. They only won their first game, and since then, going 4 games, 3 games back to back without a win is not good. And out of those back to back games, they lost 2, so they know they have to win this time to actually show that they are still the strong Spartans side that we know that wow everyone in the NLL like 2-3 seasons ago. But so far it's been balanced. Zenith have been expressing themselves better since they considered that goal. Before then, I think they relaxed a bit, allowing Spartan to overrun them through the midfield, and eventually that game came. But immediately they considered that goal, they buckle up, and we have it even at the halftime. In the second half, I want to see more open games. I want to see more goals scored as well. In all, I wish the better side best of luck, but Spartan will be seeing themselves as the sides that need it most, the side that should win, and I just hope they can come out and show us why everybody's believe Spartan should win. But Zenith Pro will not just lie low. You have to really defeat them for you to win this game from the way they've approached this game so far.
Still at the Maracana Stadium, and it's all about the New Year Mega Lottery Nationwide League. Talking about New Year Mega Lottery Nation League One, is it looking at what has happened today? Is it really living up to expectation?
Yeah, looking at what's up to today is really living up to expectation. Cause at first place, I never believed NLO will be at this stage of today. But today I'm so grateful, and I'm going to thank the CEO of NLO, Shola Okunowo, for the great job he has been doing, getting more sponsor. And as for NLO of today, I'm going to give my thanks to New Year Mega Lottery, which among the sponsor of this program. They really done their best. They really tried. They are trying. They are still trying. I give thanks to them. I give thanks to every one of them, even first class, center, every one of them, even to Sport 247 for even bringing this live to our views. Send the link for us to know what is going on right now in NLO. I give thanks. Wow, I'm so happy and I'm so impressed about what I'm seeing right now in NLO. I never expected it, but I'm overjoyed. I don't even know what to classify it. I don't know what to say. I don't know the English I will speak in that, because I'm really happy and I expect NLO to do more than this in the next coming season.
Talking about this season and talking about this center goals. I don't think this center has witnessed anything called 0-0. I don't think so. Looking at today, you are the one that handle everything about media. Talk to us about the goal scoring.
Anyways, we've seen a total of 11 goals scored today in the first game. First Bank and Rest of Fire ended 1-1. That's one of the lowest scoring game that we've seen in this competition in this center. We've seen very few draws, but it has to be 2-2 minimum. And the game that followed, maybe they also take a coup from the closeness and the high technicality displayed by the first game, talking about First Bank and the Rest of Fire. It also ended 1-1. That's the game between Crime Fighters and Alim City. Then before Edwin Collins defeated Air Footballers, we know Air Footballers, they've been conceding goals. They're shipping 10 goals against Sapphire. They also considered like 5 against First Bank. So losing scandalously as high as 4 goals to 1 is not a big surprise. But the surprise is they've been able to manage the number of goals conceded. But Edwin Collins still showed up and beat them after having a poor first half by allowing Air Footballers to win the first half. But in the second half, they come out smoking and score 4 goals. Then now we've seen 1-1 already. That makes it a total of 11 goals today. So it has lived up to expectation of goal scoring. I expected more goals in the second half. Like I said, let's see how the coaches will ensure that they go for the win. Because for them to win this game, someone has to score at least 1 goal, and the other didn't score. So I'm sure the coaches are putting their eyes and teeth together to ensure that their strikers go all out and bury chances created. Chances has been created in this game. Many has been missed in the second half. Expect more to be created, but the strikers must be cool-headed enough to bury this. We've seen two strikers go, the two from the run of play, through passes through the middle, and the two of them bury the chances perfectly to ensure that we have 2 goals so far scored and we expect more in the second half.
Expecting more goals the second half, and talking about all the games that have been played today, is there any of the game that you will say that you are disappointed with the result?
Actually, I would say disappointed in the result of the first half against Colin Edwards and FA Bowlers, because what we've been hearing and seeing, FA Bowlers be conceding and they've been defeated. So I'm so really disappointed by Colin Edwards by allowing FA Bowlers to win them at the first half of the day. So they later come back by in the second half to win 4-1. So I was so happy in that, but at the first place I was so disappointed the first time. Assuming this as we said earlier, assuming this was included in the bet, where someone go ahead and take, the odd that will be given to FA Bowlers will be up to 10.5 odd. Assuming someone go on ahead and post on 1 million bet. 1 million bet on that 10.5. That we are talking about roughly 11.5 million naira or 12.5 million naira. We cleaned the bonus that makes zero. No, so no. So I was because if we are talking of betting nowadays, we have people risking money. We have people risking money to play bet. Okay, like people like me now, if I see that odd, I was like, 10.5 odd from Risa Fire to win the first half. Then okay, let me just risk and put 1.5 million. By now I will be 12 million, 15 million winner. No, that mean if it did not come, I will be crying. No, I won't even cry because I will be looking before I can even place that bet. I will be no. Before I can even place that bet, I will look at my account, but I have more than that in my account. But if it come by now, I will be a million plus. So I was so very disappointed because I was not expecting that from Colin Edwards. At the first place, I wasn't expecting that. So
Okay, it has been fun. It has been awesome, and that is the first half. And the referee has signaled the resumption of the second leg, and I want to say thank you. While we want to return it to at the end of the game, where we have the vice chairman of the Lagos State Football Association in house, talking about Dotun Koka. He will be joining us when we close the second half of this game. Thank you very much. I return to the studio for continuation of the game.
Sports 247 Network, your one-stop destination for all things sports and multimedia. We offer a world of production services that bring sports and events to life. From audio and video commercial production to audio and visual event streaming. Need a studio for your project? Studio section rental? It's right here. We create documentaries, TV magazine productions, full multimedia experiences, and cover sports and events like no one else. Post-production, media solutions, and more. Visit our office and studio at 8 Akinwale Street off Nationwide Petrol Station, Yaya Baton Ogba, Lagos, Nigeria. Contact us today at 0809 653 0601 or 0706 049 3819. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Sports247 Niger. Check out our website at www.sports247.ng for the latest updates and content. Sports247 Niger, Nigeria's first dedicated grassroots sports platform.
Well, welcome back to the studio as we await the kickoff of the second half between Spartan FC of Agege and Zenith Emperor as the referee is calling their attention uh, to restart the last half of the game, and by the way, the last game for the day as well. We've seen 4 games played so far, and it's been entertaining from the morning to the afternoon, and now approaching the evening time. First Bank against Zenith against Risk Sapphire was a cracker. Everybody expected that game to live up to expectation in the fact that both of them are unbeaten, and after 90 minutes they make it. They still retain their unbeaten run as we saw 2 goals in that game, which fiercely contested, and it's a super advert for grassroots football in Nigeria that a third-tier league can produce that kind of fireworks and massive talent on display, technicalities from the bench, and that's what First Bank and Rare Sapphire uh, gave us in the morning. And all through the day, other games have come through, and we've seen matches that has been able to also live up to the same standard. Kudos to the organizers, to everyone, including the general coordinator of Maracana, and is here live with us in the studio, and also doubles as the vice chairman of the Lagos State FA, the best FA in the country. I don't know whether who will join us very soon, as he's having his tea, clearing his throat to tell us the secrets behind the success of the Maracana Center.
It has been a go center. This center has produced one of the center that produced the most goals, you understand, and no game in this center has ended 0-0. I'm bet to be corrected. And center 1 and center 2 is like we have in center 2 we have some teams that are doing bonanza. Uh, we have some teams that are doing bonanza. Before now we think F8 ballers will be doing bonanza, but F8 ballers have been able to win 1 game. You understand? And they almost shock Coliseo doing today. So you can't consider such team doing bonanza because they have been able to pick. But in Maracana 2 Center, we have a team doing bonanza. Buy one and get them free. We have that kind of thing going on there. It's all about the game is going on. It's 1-1. Spartan doing all the jobs, and Zenith Emperor. Spartan wants to make sure that they will not live here with that 1-1 draw. They don't want us to start with 1-1 draw and end it with 1-1 draw. Like one, running commentary and say 1-1 goalless draw. So today we are not going to have 1-1 goalless draw. We are going to have 1-1 draw. So let's talk about officiating here in this center. So far so good.
Yeah, talking about officiating in Center 1, I think with what I see today, it was so amazing about our referee, our Nigerian referee. Most especially, kudos to people, the referees in Maracana, both Center 1 and Center 2. Because I'm going to talk about the 2 Center because I'm be the eyewitness of the 2 Center on the way they officiating, and I've seen a lot. So, what's amazing is our referees in Maracana 1 and Maracana 2 are doing so fine well. They are doing so fine well. But the way we look at matches with some people, some team owners, some team management, watch match as a fan, but not as a team manager, but not as a
17. What can he do? He stopped it. Another launch and offside. Another thing, we are playing a grassroots football, and like what I will always say, when I follow the MPFL, it is more about kick and follow football and playing the ball into her from the back and follow. Should we also be seeing that kind of play in the NNL?
No, we should not be seeing that kind of play in the NNL. So far, when we're talking about this NNL two, NNL one rather, you can see the we have a good style of playing football, where all teams tries to bring the ball down, knock to their self to get more possession and to bring down their team. Like we've seen so far today in the match of First Bank against Rista Fire, they really play good football. They really play good football, not kick and follow like the one we see in NPFL. No, not the one we see in NNL. No, but we are talking about NLO right now, NLO 1, League 1, which is the promotion league to the NNL. So far, so good. We've seen so good, talented players, which we think they can make a better Super Eagle in future, which they can make a better figure, which can even make a better Golden Eaglet and so on. So as we can see, they are playing a good football, not a kick and follow football where we play in the NPFL. They always just make sure that the coach will be telling you, don't knock in your half, kick out, kick, just cross out like what we have in center one. I have a coach. He will just be shouting, cross it, knock, no, 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 no. You know, this kind of football is not going to. We are not expecting this kind of football in NL. We expect to see a good football. We expect to not kick and follow, not no.
You just brought it to my notice, and let's discuss coaching at this level of NLO1 of Nigerian football. You talk about one of the best league according to the CEO himself. And what kind of coach should we have at this level? You know, we know that we have categories of coach. When you talk about coach, we have the coach himself, we have the coachila, we have the coachito, and we have the coachilala. So at this level, which kind of coach are we expecting to have, Shola?
Well, I don't know how you want to rank Coachilala, Coachito, and Cochi. Which one comes first in terms of ranking and the second and third? Okay, so I think the basis should be a coach that have the prerequisite training. The NIS basic training should be it, and from there, I don't know whether the CAF gradings applies here, but it should not just be anybody sitting on the bench. Maybe the NLO need to set that standard. That whatever be the case, we have some very talented coaches with just basic NIS. If they cannot go higher with the NLL and the MPFS teams, I think this platform should be available for them to have match experience in a very organized league like the NLO. I think that should be the minimum standard. Instead of having coaches shouting nothing that has any technical input to the players on the sideline. And you see them, instead of admitting the fact that they need to go for those necessary trainings, they'll be blaming the referees for their losses. And those kind of instances need to be curbed by allowing the coaches to have the basic trainings so that they can easily read matches and know where their teams are falling short of implementation of those things that you think the players should be able to do on the field, instead of blaming the referees. And another thing is the referees should be giving some kind of pre-tournament seminar on how to be the coach on how to behave before, during, and after matches. I think that will go a long way in helping the players, because players are still in their formative ages. They will learn a lot from their coaches, because that's more or less like a father figure to them. And when the coaches are not behaving in the manner that should command respect, and in the manner they should behave, where young people can learn something positive from them, then it will affect the kind of players we are also breeding to take over the football space in the next few years. So I think this kind of thing should be done as far as coaching is concerned at this level.
Thank you very much, Shola. Knowing fully well that the world coach or coaches in Nigeria, talking about Africa, growing up, we know how we are the young players, the young boys playing football. One Egbon will come, put us together, and start telling us to play ball, playing set, and before playing set, before we know we are representing our street, and we are saying, coach, 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 coach. So from there, the coach find himself from just a street football. Before he knows it, one of his players is getting to the league level, and before you know it, they are still calling him coach. What do you think such coaches should quickly do? Because you find yourself just with something you just love doing, carrying players together, and before you know it, some of them just grow themselves to that level without going to NIS, without going for anything, and they still want to be called a coach. That is why we said that some are coachilla, some are coachito. You understand? So, like what Shola just said now, there must be a basic standard. You understand? There must be a basic standard, and will you not also want to say that it is good for us now when we are calling somebody or when journalists are writing, use the correct terms for a certain coach. At the grassroots level, if I want to write about a coach, maybe coach of Munumidun FC, we should not say coach of Munumidun, we should say coachito of Munumidun FC. You understand? So maybe we'll need to start doing something differently to make this coach knows that you need a certain qualifier for qualification before you can be called a coach.
Well, it's an open field, and it allows lots of people to go into it without or very little restraint. Because, like you said, the entrance level is for you to have passion, for you to want to play football. End of the day, you fall short by the way and feel like the little skills that I know that I think I can pass it to the nice people within the community and get balls, get cones, and you start practicing as a coach. And we have large numbers of them. So instead of just taking our eyes off the fact that these guys are many, and they've actually helped in a way, I think the NFF have started something. They call this NFFD, a kind of coaching training. They had this in Abuja sometime a month ago or thereabout. I think they should spread that licensing NFFD to the state FAs. Take it to the DFAs. As much as possible, do 3-month trainings for any coach that wants to handle any kind of any team in Lagos. Let them have that. Let them have that NFFD. So by the time they start from that level, then they will start to know what it takes to be a coach. Then how to also upgrade themselves to CAF C, CAF B, CAF A, and the rest. And I think that should be the way to go. Try to accommodate as many of them. Provide a platform, because a lot of them doesn't even know the kind of school they will go, because it's not you can't find coaching in your jam phone. So they are stranded in a way. So make the NFFD that started this year a grassroots thing. Extend it to the FAs in the state, extend it to the DFAs, and now see if these guys will come in and make it affordable at the entrance level, so that it can capture a lot of aspiring coaches and those ones that have been practicing for years without any badge or ranking whatsoever.
Still the game, Spartan 1, Zenith Emperor 1. We are still expecting more goals in this game. Both teams are playing with caution, and let's see who is going to make the mistake and who is going to make use of their chances. Still Spartan 1, Zenith Emperor 1. We are still talking about coaching and the coach. I asked a question and Shola dodged that question. What role should the media play in this You understand? What role should the media play? Because we are the gate. Gate. You understand? You understand? We monitor things, and you understand? You are just talking about the license. No, from NFF. A lot of this Coachella, and Cochito, I don't think they know about it. So, should the media let a Coachella to know that it's still a Coachella? Should the media let the Cochito know that it's still a Cochito in their write-up, in everything, so that they will know that, when should I be called a coach? What do I need to do to be called a coach?
Well, I didn't dodge the question. I think I answered it as a bundle. We are trying to separate it now. And now let me break it down the more. There's no profession that doesn't have all these XXs of people that wants to be called so and practicing. So, but for the coaching one, I think the awareness have to be made too. That for you to when those guys need to be encouraged, no doubt. I've seen lots of them, the way they run their things. They just want to start anyhow. They don't even have any particular vision of where the team is going. They just want to do it because they love it. So they go through a lot of stresses. They don't even have the necessary training materials and the rest. But so instead of the media being critical about what they are doing, I think the media should rather write about those basic things that can make them a coach, so that they can know that, oh, this is the way to go, rather than labeling one a coachito, the other one a coachee, and trying to create a wall between those coaches that have the money to go to NIS and those ones that don't even know NIS exists or no money to even try. Because you need to see these so-called coaches and coachillas, they take 15 naira, 100 naira from their players for their upkeep. Players will bring those money to even buy pure water after training. So they are not as buoyant for them to even undergo this, to afford this training. So, but let them know that there is this training that they need to do. That's why I propose the NFFT, make it more of grassroots. And the coaching association too should work more on that too. Grab these guys, tell them to register into the coaching association in the state for free, but give them a class, encourage them to go for certain trainings, let them start from the basic. That's the D. I love the fact that D has come up, and it doesn't have to. They don't have to wait for CAF. It is strictly Nigerian team, and I think that's the best way to start. By the time the awareness now begins to be out there, we can now begin to raise the standard, but they should know first. And like you said, maybe I will do 1 or 2 stories concerning the NFFT and what it takes. Because the last time I tried to investigate what it's all about, I discovered that the numbers of people that actually participated is very small, and the entry requirement is not even well spelled out. It's more or less like someone just pick names that is interested in and submitted, and they call them to Abuja and they pay another high fee that most of these grassroots coaches cannot afford. So I think we should look into all of that, and the media should also do more of advocacy than trying to fence out those coaches that are really putting a lot of effort developing grassroots football, though with crude methods and less technical know-how. So let us look for a way to balance the two. Spread our net, bring them into the what it takes to be a coach, and before you know it, we will see 1 or 2 of them that will embrace it and begin to spread the gospel to the rest of them. They often have their associations. You need to see them. They are very organized. That means they want to do something right, but they don't know how to go about it.
They want to do something right, but they don't know how to go about it. I just think it's high time for the coaching association, federation, talking about even the state FA themselves, needs to do something about it. I know that there's this body they call, I think, is it FAC, FCAN? FCAN is really doing well. You know, the fee is not that much, you know, and I know some of our journalist friends that have been able to go for that training. You know, for you to report well sometime, you need to get some coaching. And so I think we need to do more about giving FCAN that kind of publicity for these coaches to know about it. It's just like in the medical line. You also know that the moment this thing is just common, it's not just because we are into the sporting world. The moment somebody keep posting anything religion on his status and everything, you start calling him pastor. You understand? And because one Baba, you know how to do agojedi and all those kind of things, you start calling them doctor, you know. And you will discover that that industry, talking about the medical industry, will stand their ground. You are on your own. If you go to any doctor and you don't see this kind of certificate in their, you understand? And they are also arresting people who are fake doctors and all those things. I think it's our time also to start arresting fake coaches. You understand? Maybe that will also help us. It's all about the game. It's all about the NLO. It's all about the new mega lottery, National League One.
I cannot skip that. I won't subscribe to arresting coaches. They are not criminals. maybe we arrest those ones that we promise players heaven and earth, all about taking them to Arsenal and Barcelona, take their money and take them to Angola and dump them. Then some of them are part of these Koshilalas and the rest too. So maybe we look for a crime they committed and arrest them instead of just arresting those coaches. I won't subscribe to that. What we should do, I keep saying it, is let them know first that what they are doing today is a seed that will germinate big tomorrow. So it's whatever they bring into those players today is what they will give out in the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years. So it is very, very important that this seed, they sow the right seed. If you teach what is not technically right, and the player takes it hook, line, and sinker, that's what they will reproduce in the next year, in the future, and the effect will not be manageable. So that is why it is important that those kids get the right coaching, and the coaches should know that you can't just put anyone on the field and start teaching them what you don't know. But arresting them at this stage is not good enough. Arrest them and train them. Instead of arrest them and put them in prisons.
So it means that you end up subscribing to arresting. You understand? Because if you don't start arresting them, you know, if you don't start arresting them and like what you said, arrest and train, you understand? I think that will also bring a kind of sanity into that industry, you understand? So that passion may brought me this way, but passion cannot take me far. We need to let them know that. Toby.
Yeah, what I would just say to what my colleague said, arrest and train them. Don't let us forget, most of these coaches can't afford what we have on ground right now. Imagine the form of NIS 150 before you can come up with a training. You know, most of these coaches, can they afford it? They can't. So what do we do to that?
Well, I don't want to speak for NIS, but the truth is, education is not cheap. You get it. It's not cheap. You need to see the quality of personnel that will be that are teaching them at the NIS.
Sorry, you know, based on what you are saying, is your, you know, a yellow card offense there, and free kick to Zenith. You know, when you talk about the money, I could see a referee behind you, nodded in a disapproval, because the same way we have the coaches is the same way we have people who have passion for referees. You understand? You have people who have passion for referees, but before you can officiate in a standard or in a organized football, you must belong to a society. And I love it when they say that the grade 1, the grade 2, the grade 3. You understand? You understand? So there must be, we must be able to bring sanity to coaching, because if we don't do that, we'll keep on producing the wrong type of football. You know, there is a character that was displayed here today. You understand? So that's I still as a result of coaching. So if we are not doing the right thing from this level, we'll still be producing coaches that are telling player, "Gba referee and loju," we'll still be having them. So I believe that because you belong to an association, that association should be able to support you financially for your passion to be able to turn to something professional. You understand me? So I don't want to buy your sentiment saying that they cannot afford it. So because of that, we should be seeing this ignorance being displayed everywhere.
Yeah, actually, I never want to go to bad, but I'm just trying to bring out about we have a lot of talented coaches, which has no sponsor, and which has no this money to go further in their coaching level, and which they have the passion. No. See, where we are talking about this, what we are talking about this, we have some coaches, we have control, we have seen that doesn't have a certificate that produce best player in the world. I can be a witness of coach. I don't want to mention him right now. I don't want to mention him. Which he has a player right now. He has no certificate, but he has a player in Europe. I called him one day. No, you've produced a social player and he's a social level. Talk to this person. Let him sponsor you. You want to do this, you want to do that. But you know what we are talking about, we African, most especially here in Nigeria, we are not ready to develop new talent. And which we are trying to do in NLO by developing young talent, both in football and coaches. Once we are talking about this NLO of a team, this NLO rider of a team, I've seen coaches and which we know, which the one that coach, Coachila, Coachito, and Coachilala. I can know if I was permitted to mention name, I can mention a lot of names in this NLO of a team. If I was permitted to mention, I will mention it, but right now we are not here. But we just need to do and open some platform to up those upcoming coach. I can see in this NLO we have coaches which doesn't even have a license B, a license C or license B. Talk less of having the FIFA license A. No. So we just have to open a platform to help them in achieving their aims and objectives in life. You know, once they don't see the upper end, they cannot get to where they are going through. With the little they have, they cannot. Like I was playing, but I do tell one of my colleagues that assuming I know this person, I'll be in social level. Assuming I didn't know, then I was like, I don't have a help. Then I have just to talk to myself. Okay, what do you need to do in life? So in this level, what I was saying that we really need to open a platform to help those coaches. So if we're talking about Coachito, Coachila, Coachilala, so we know where to classify them. What to say if a media should be writing or to I will say the media is just the open gate. When you are talking about media in football, they are just the open gate in football. Because without the media, imagine if we don't have a live record of this live match going on here. Nobody in the world will know what is going on right now here. So a media should be in the position to help all these people. But why will open a platform for them? If the NFL, the state chairman, the LSFA chairman, or anyone, or the FA chairman, I'm talking of generally the FA chairman in Nigeria. Because if I say we have more than 36, let's say 36 FA chairman in Nigeria. So which are into football. If they can help the upcoming coaches in their states, even most in their society, you understand. So we can have more talented coaches. Well, we have a lot of talented coaches which are looking up to getting their goals, but wait, the little they have, they are still looking for, but they don't know how to do it. So we need the NFF, the Nigeria Football Federation, the state chairman, the state FA to open a platform to help these coaches.
We need to open the platform to help the coaches. Ogun, Dola, Oluwadamilare, we can see you. Olukonde Pelumi, thank you for following us. Owogbemi Samuel, thank you. You say 20K is waiting for you guys. Keep it up. And Olukode Pelumi says that Zenith Emperor, keep it up. You guys, you are great, and thanks for following us. You can also join in this discussion that we are having. Spartan 1, Zenith Emperor 2. 1, still 1-1. And why is the goal not coming, Shola?
It's been the business end of the league. The table are really shaping up. And I will also say that the teams are beginning to understand themselves very well, in this climb. Once you have a game, all you need to tell players tomorrow you are playing, meet us at so place, come with your boots and shirts. But it's a league, a stadium league for that matter, where you keep coming and playing, and you start noticing that your players begin to understand their opponents, and you also have the chance to also study your opponent, because you see like 5-6 games in a day. And I think better understanding of how your opponent plays is playing out in the numbers of goals that we are seeing as the games progresses, unlike when we first started. And I think that's what is playing out. And a lot of this team also want to play for pride. By the time they check their position on the group table and say, okay, if you cannot be the group winner, let us win the rest of our games. Okay, if you cannot win all our games, let us give a good show that will encourage us to come next year and fight for it again, because in this game there's always another day to fight for it. So I think that has been what is playing out there. But on this particular game, it's been very close, and the two sides are really looking forward to get the second goal, which I believe it will come. I love the fact that the competition has been very, very keenly contested, and it's not a crime that we are not seeing any goal so far. It's just the level of understanding of tactical approach from the two coaches. You can see 2 changes, 2 sub are really warming up while the player is down on the turf, as the medics are ready to attempt to him. I can tell you that it's been a massive evening out here at Maracana Center 1 this evening. Spartan and Zenith Emperor are sweating it out to ensure that they get the maximum 3 points, especially when the leaders of the table fail to get maximum 3 points. Every team will want to get 3 points to close the gap between them and those guys at the top. And who says they can't do it? This is the kind of competition that we will see when the 3 points are at stake. Who push them a bit up the ladder, as well as closing the gap between them and those guys at the top.
Still NLO 1. Talking about the New Year Mega Lottery League himself, and Spartan 1, Zenith Emperor 2, 1. We are, I keep calling 2. It means that a goal will still come in this game. Toby loved the numbers. Toby is the is the lover of numbers. He says that first half I've seen Gogo has entered first half, and 1.5 over 1.5 also entered. But Toby also said that it's going to. Are you playing under 2.5 or you are playing over 2.5? What are you playing in this game?
Actually, this match I predicted over 2.5. Actually, I predicted. I have 3 predictions for the first half, which is first half Gogo over 1.5 and first half Gogo and over 2.5. And actually, I have 2 tickets won right now, which is first half Gogo and first half over 1.5. But the last one, first half Gogo and over 2.5, bust. Oh God! Oh no, millions has gone.
I think I have to be here to explain a lot of things to people out there You know, when I was in Abuja, a friend comes to me and he said that, Jide, can you explain this betting thing to me? And I said that, how do you expect me to do that? But with Toby here today, Toby should be able to help us. What is go-go? What is 1 over 1.5? What is what is the handicap? And what is 1? What is 2? And what is X? What is 1X? What is 2X? Toby, can you do us a favor by explain those things to us?
Yeah, actually, I can just try a little bit. So, according to the question of my boss, say what is go-go? When we are talking about go-go is where we have both teams score one goal or more in the match. That is what we call go-go. Once we just have them to score 1-1, then once the match ended 1-1, like we are seeing right now, Spartan versus Zenith Pro, we're seeing the go-go in the match right from the first half, which ended 1-1. That's what we call go-go in the match. So if we're talking about over 1.5, now let's look at what's going on right now in this match. Right from the kickoff time for the first time, they ended with 1-1. That we have over 1.5 is just mean that we must have more than just say, let's say 2 goals in a match, more than 1 goal. So once is 1 goal, that is under 1.5. But once we have 2 goals, that is over 1.5. So in the bet aspect, I think actually I'm not a fan of bet, but I understand what they call. Yeah, I understand what what everything being in a bet to place a bet. So when we are talking about handicap, yeah, is we have 2 types of handicap. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is where you give a team a go ahead. Where you give a team a go ahead. Okay, like we are playing right now against Spartan versus Zenith Emperor. I can just say okay, Zenith Emperor is leading Spartan 2 goals ahead. So in this course right now, that should be 3-1, and which means if my ticket needs to come, the match really needs to end 3-1 for me to win my ticket. So that is what we call handicap, the first handicap we have. And we have in the handicap, it's only in 2 types. We have the minus and we have the plus in handicap. So the plus is when you are giving ahead, and with the minus is okay, let me say, okay, this match I give Spartan Zenith Emperor, no, let me say Spartan 1 goal ahead, which Zenith is going to recognize, which is going to be a draw ticket. In my ticket, it should be a draw because the match must ended 1-0, which must be Zenith must win 1 and Spartan FC must be 0. So in my ticket, it should be draw. So that is what I can really explain about handicap of a thing, of a figure. So when we are talking about over 2.5 in betting, so that means the end of the match, we must have at least 3 goals in the match. So let us forget, we have ancient handicap and we have over. We have over ancient over, and we have over 2.5 itself. So when we are talking about ancient, like mean this match, when okay, let's say I played ancient over 2 and this match ended 2, that is 1-1. This is 2 goals in the match. So that just means I have a refund of my money, the one I used to bet, which I have a refund. But once it's ended, let me say, okay, 2-2, 3-2, whatever it may be, more, it should be more than 2 goals. That means I have a win, not a refund. So about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, bet advisor. And according to Olaiton, he said that bet ambassador is still go in this at this center. Spartan 1, Zenith Emperor 1. Today's game so far, I think we have experienced go in all the matches played today. We have experienced go and Shola go in all the games today. No keeper has been able to keep a clean slate. Are you surprised?
No. We've seen good goalkeeping in this center, no doubt. AS Racing goalkeeper Amao is one of those keepers that you are sure that he has a future ahead of him. There's also the goalkeeper of First Bank, Enoch. There's also Young Edet of Buruj. These guys are being faced with lots of shots. There's also this Emidio goalkeeper, fantastic talent in terms of goalkeeping, but Like they say, uh, ball to Bama Wale, one mu go. The meaning of that is that you can't actually stop goal. For people to shout is a goal, then no matter how good the goalkeeper is, he won't be able to stop it. And that is why um, you can't really blame the goalkeeper for the highest number of goals. It's because the strikers have been very clinical. I've not seen serious poor goalkeeping at the center, I must confess. Lots of young guys have showed up here and they've really keeping it real with their gloves in their hands.
You mentioned some goalkeeper from the other centers, and now I think to start thinking, not because of the number of goals that you considered, it's about number of goals that you saved. Because talking about Buruj, for instance, you will discover that if not because of Edet, maybe we would have been talking about 20 goals, 15. They've considered how many goals? 32 goals. Okay. Wow. So you know that okay, that means that a good goalkeeper does not. I don't think as it's a result of not conceding goal. You know. So no, we talk about Musa Akifenwa with 9 goals in this competition, and still the highest for. As of today, you know, it's only today that he did not score. Let's talk about that young boy.
Musa, is a player that you need to. You don't need to stress your eyes or be a football person before you notice him on the pitch. The talent is so obvious, and he doesn't play to the gallery. He's not the type that would like to dribble 10-5 players. But if you give him the chance, he will dribble everyone. And very technical a player. I've never seen that guy with leg on his ball and he's looking back. He always wants to move forward and go against the horse to ensure that he put the ball at the back of the net. He's so focused. I don't want to believe it's coaching that made him that way. I think that's the way he was configured from birth. He just wants to attack and go with the ball. Very strong, athletic, energetic, and very young. But today, you don't stop those kind of players every day. He was stopped today by First Bank, and it affected the way First Bank normally play that game. They have to put a man on him and another man waiting behind in case he passes the man on him, and it affected the way First Bank plays. They can't even play their 2 strikers. It's only one they can manage because they are putting more men on him, and that is the kind of threat that Musa Akifewa carries. I believe it won't take so much time. Just pencil out that name. In the next 2-3 years, he should be, if he can find his way to Europe, I think he should be very close to playing for the Super Eagles, because that kind of a talent cannot hide. If he's not going to break leg or be hit with some diseases, if he's still going to play football, I pray he keep fit and keeps improving. Akinfewa is a big name for the future. He was at the time at the under-17 camp. The MRS don't allow us to enjoy him, but I'm sure he has even become a better player from that level, and very soon he will be one of those names that will be celebrated. I've seen lots of players come from that rank, and they are now very big. Like what's his name now from Ria Sapphire? No, the guy in Germany now, Boniface. He started and we know that this guy has a future ahead of him, and just a chance in Europe, he was able to prove himself. He has won a league just after season in Europe, and that's the kind of talent you get from a talented person like Musa Akifra. So I'm expecting him to go all the way in the next 2-3 years if he can find his way to Europe.
Okay, you as the media man of this center, and have you been able to discover any player putting on jersey number 10 that has really met up to that jersey number, and also players that have put on jersey number 10 that did not meet up, that they need to remove that jersey before the league comes to an end?
Like Obuz that wants to play this free kick, the captain of a Zenith Emperor, he's been fine and fantastic player, young man that has a lot of future ahead of him. He's been taking responsibility for Zenith Emperor, and I believe with time he will live up to that number 10. No wonder he was given number 10, and this captain is the captain of this team. Then another number 10 that I can easily notice is Raheem Salahuddin of Bruges. On the pitch, you will know that this guy he has the talent. He's off the ball run, he's on the ball, and even though he's playing among the big men that have their laps even bigger than him, the whole of the body, but he will still put in the necessary touches and stuff. I think he has 1 or 2 assists in this competition to tell you that with time as well he will grow up. Then there's Damilola of Real Sapphire, massive. He's a Trojan on the ball. That guy is ready. If Nigeria is willing to be serious about getting a number 10 that's not necessarily going to be a JJ, but an all-round hard worker, we need to start giving Damilola a look-in and encourage him with some call-ups. I've never met him, I've never even spoken with him, but I can tell you that guy is ready to go all the way. As much as Coach Gafar of First Bank put in a lot of tactical displays today, they can't stop Damilola, and they were able to stop Musa Agifenwa, to tell you how massive Damilola is in the middle, parading himself a true number 10. In fact, he's a modern day number 10. He doesn't need to dribble anybody before he creates chances, before he makes his runs. He's off, and in fact, he also drops deep to fight and win the ball for his team. And that is kind of number 10 you see these days. And let me see if I can still remember another number 10 of note. But regardless of the numbers, midfielders have been the star of this game. I don't know the number of sisters that play for the captain of Valiant. Fantastic number 10 as well, is number 10. Sisters, though his teammate are not as technical as he is, but you will find that he will always give you that control that wants you to enjoy football, that want to believe something will happen from this pass. And he has some numbers of goals behind him as well in this competition. Then there's another, I've seen some creative players that are not necessarily number 10, that they are game changers for their club, like Damilare of F8 ballers. In the midst of the fact that F3 ballers are losing their games, immediately he gets the ball, he changes things. And we've seen some fake number 10s as well. I will not want to mention them because they are going to improve over time. Some of them will even wear the captain band, and before you know it, they will give you a good performance today. The following day, they will be very worse. So that's the hallmark of being a young player, anyways, inconsistency. So that's the end of the game for today. The game ended 1-0, 0 under 2.5.
That is no. The game actually ended go under 2.5. Oh, I'm not so happy. I'm not so happy because I needed more goals. Over that.
All right. So what matters to me is that this game ended 1-0. I don't know all of those languages.
I want to say a very big thank you to you guys. It has been awesome. It has been amazing. It has been enjoyable. It has been a kind of a fun today. 5 games played. Total of 11 goals scored today. And yes, that's amazing. It means that this center is doing well. And the goalkeepers too are doing wonderfully well. Tomorrow is another day. And it's going to be fun. Knowing fully well that a comedian will be playing tomorrow, but he has not been displaying that.
That's another number 10 that we must talk about. Bowoto Jefta Akpororo, the comedian of the Federal Program of Nigeria, has been a massive ambassador to this league, and is a number 10, a captain that has been leading the team on the pitch as well as off it. Yes.
I hope that is the number 10 you say you don't want to mention.
No. I actually didn't remember him, but let me tell you, is a very technical number 10. You can trust him on the pitch, apart from his age, because he's a bit older than the kind of energy level that these young guns have been playing. But give him the control on the pitch, he has it. His first touch, massive. Give him any dead ball situation, he will get it. He scored like 5 goals, 6 goals already. Just two penalties. The rest, perfect positioning, perfect reckless abandon in terms of converting his chances, and he motivates his team. He is the sponsor of his own team. And I want to implore any other persons that truly love this game, that have what it takes to play a bit on the field and also support those boys, should come up, especially in the comedy or entertainment consistency, where we have lots of money now that they can at least help the young boys in their community. Told me it's all about the community, because it doesn't have the platform to actually start it very young, because nobody is there to sponsor that. He's not saying he's going to take everybody out of the street, but he will try his best. Anybody can also join him. So, Aporo, big up, one of the biggest face for this center, and it makes Maracana Center about the most popular center. Anytime Roro FC plays, everybody are on the lookout for the comedian Aporo and the goal scorer Aporo.
Thank you very much, guys. Tomorrow is going to be another day. Bye-bye. And I want to say thank you to all our team, talking about Lovite, Ochicha, talking about, Olaiton, we always call him, Brother Muri, our cameraman, Egmo Muri, and Olaiton, Rafiu. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Tomorrow is another day. Sport 247, back to.
All right. Join us tomorrow.